moving on, item 6F, request to amend 2009-2010 bus purchases. Mr. Gordon.
Well, there's good news and bad news with this proposal. The bad news, which is really in the end good news, is we have received, the grant that we received for the bus purchases would help offset the purchase of 3 buses for $65,000. That grant, we will not get awarded that grant until, right now they're saying August of next year. So that means that we cannot show that as a revenue in the 2009-10 school year. That's the bad news. The good news, we get to show it as revenue in the 2010-2011 school year. And as we talked at Finance Committee right now, and things are looking favorably that we will be able to, we had put in the budget approximately $247,300 as you're looking at your handout right here. We believe at this point in time in the 09-10 budget, we will still be able to purchase those buses, as you see on the right-hand column there, for a cost of $263,940 out of the current budget, and still be okay. So I'm recommending that although we are not receiving the DERA grant for $65,000, we still will be able to have, still have the funds in the current 09-10 budget to purchase those 3 buses, which will help keep us in pace with the schedule we need to be on. And what really helps us next year, we know next year is tight. We talked about having a $155,000 deficit that we still have to deal with. That will reduce that $155,000 by $65,000. So now that deficit moves to $90,000. So I guess that's the good news. You have a lot of different scenarios there. Tomorrow we will be meeting, or actually in the next couple days we'll be meeting with the auditors to review a little bit of where we're at this year and getting in preparation for the audit. We would like to take, or at least have the flexibility between now and then to decide whether the budget allows it. Again, I'm very confident that it will. That's what I'm recommending. But unless the auditors would say something, and they're not doing the full audit, but we're in discussions with them getting ready for the audit that's coming in July. Unless we would find something there that would turn this, I would ask that you would approve the purchase of those 3 buses. And if I hear something different, then at that point in time we would move to purchase 2 buses. But at this time I'm very confident that the money will be in the 09-10 budget to purchase those 3s. And again, I have different scenarios here. You can take a look at them. Obviously, I don't think, as we talked about back, I think it was in March when we last talked about this, the possibility of still purchasing a forklift, a plow truck, but that still might be there, but I don't know that we have enough time at this point in the year to do that. We'll be coming back next year. So that's my recommendation, and again, is to purchase 3 buses using the existing 2009-10 budget of $243,300, and we should have enough access funds there to make up the difference between the $263,940 and the difference there, the $247,300.
So you're looking for a motion just to amend that we use the district dollars to pay for the 3 buses out of this budget?
Yes, rather than the DERA grant. Yep.
So that the DERA grant can be used for the next school year.
Yeah, and there's no possibility of using it this year. We don't even have a choice.
Right.
Is there any possibility of us not receiving it?
There is, but it's very slight. It's just a matter of dealing with feds and the timing of everything and getting approval with that. So, and if not, then we'll deal with that accordingly in next year's budget.
Okay, so we're looking for a motion to purchase 3 buses out of this budget of $263,940, Mr. Gordon, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and out of this budget, and waiting then for the grant money for the next budget cycle.
So moved.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say